Hey guys, so today I'm going to be looking at people reveal the biggest double life they have seen. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. Our family cat was outside one night and I see my cat walking directly towards my neighbor's house, and then I see their front door open. Walks directly inside like she'd done it a million times. She was outside quite a bit, so we assumed she was outside doing cat stuff. Nope, little kitty was just at home number 2. I would feel so betrayed. Oh, I would feel so sad. I would be like, what didn't I give you that they gave you? Thank gosh, dogs are loyal. No, but seriously, do cats love being outside or what? Because every single time I see a pet cat or something, it's always outside, just chilling in the front yard or something. If my dog was outside, I don't think she can sit still like how a cat does. They're just chilling. They're just so still. Cats are pretty chill, eh? But sometimes they have no chill. I be seeing videos of cats knocking glasses over. What's that? Why do cats do that, huh? We had a guy in high school who faked a deep voice for the 7 years we've known him, and senior year he revealed that it wasn't his real voice. That's weird. So you think you know the voice of your friend, but then it's not actually the voice. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. How do you fake a voice for 7 years? Isn't that tiring? I mean, I guess I could. I could go in like a really high voice. But I feel like when I talk in a high voice, or like if I talk in a low voice, something in me changes, you know? Like it just changes. I don't know what it is, but I just feel like it changes. Guy I used to work with, he lived in a small country town with his wife and 3 kids. When he was fired from his job where I worked, he could only find something at his level in the big city 2 hours away. Oh my gosh, that sounds so cute. Okay, I'll take that back. Guy I used to work with, he lived in a small country town with his wife and 3 kids. When he was fired from his job where I worked, he could only find something at his level in the big city 2 hours away. So he would go to work in the city Monday to Friday and home to his wife and kids on the weekends. This went on for years. It came out about 5 years into the arrangement that he wasn't living in the small, crappy city apartment as he said. He was living with his girlfriend and their 2 kids. So he had a wife and 3 kids, and a girlfriend with 2 kids, all his. Apparently the girlfriend knew about the wife, but the wife had no idea about the girlfriend. And his 3 country kids had 2 younger siblings that they knew nothing about. It of course blew up spectacularly. The wife kicked him out and he went to live with the girlfriend. 6 months later, she was sick of him and kicked him to the curb too. So now he pays child support for 5 kids to 2 different women and is actually living in that small crappy apartment. Oh, this is basically like be careful what you lie about kind of thing, right? Wait, hold on a second. That's not a thing. Be careful what you wish for. Okay, that's not what, okay, I take that back. But like, you know, because he lied about living in a small crappy apartment and then now he's actually living in one. This is basically a double life. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy to think about. Like, wouldn't you be confused? Like, you know, you're going home to your wife and stuff and she tells you stories and things and la-di-da-da. And then you go home to your girlfriend and then your kids will tell you stories about things, la-di-da-da. And then you go to your second family and then, oh my gosh, that's confusing. I worked with this guy once who was known for his stories. No matter how loose their connection was, he'd find a way to turn anything to a personal anecdote of a thing he'd seen or done before. All of them were interesting the first time. He'd lived an interesting life, grown up in America, moved to Australia in his early 20s, worked in a lot of really cool places over the years. But it wasn't long before he started repeating the same stories over and over again. I worked with him for just over 3 years, so it got pretty ridiculous. We know how he'd met his wife, all the obscure things he owned, his pets, his kids. We knew every detail of his life. It became a bit of an in-joke within the office about how the guy never shuts up. Then one day, he didn't come in. He died of a heart attack. The whole office was at a loss, especially our little department, which had about 8 people in it, including him. When it came to his funeral, our little group took the afternoon off and attended. And that's how we found out. None of his stories were true. He'd grown up locally. His family wasn't at all who we thought they were. None of his old jobs had happened. Everything we'd known about him had just been made up. The most interesting thing for me was that at one point, our boss needed someone to head to China to double check something in person at one of our company factories. When the usual choices couldn't do it, he was picked. It seemed like a no-brainer since he was regularly going to and from America to visit family and had travelled a lot on his other jobs. We now think that may have been his first time overseas. Whoa. Why would he make up all those stories though? Like, why would he lie about his life? Honestly, I really don't think anyone really cares that much about your life to be lying about it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if someone told me I do all this, I do all that, and look at me, I'll be like, good for you. And that's it. You know, I wouldn't feel a different way if they told me something else. If they told me they haven't traveled and all they do is stay at home, I'd be like, okay, good for you. That's what you like to do. Cool. You know, like, I wouldn't feel any different to someone, you know. Oh, that's weird. Because I have heard stories about people faking being in a relationship when they aren't in one. You know, like, they'll be telling their friends, oh my gosh, he buys me this, or she's the best girlfriend ever, kind of thing. But they actually don't have a partner. That's kind of weird, honestly. Like, why do they view being single as such a bad thing? It's not a bad thing. Not really revealed because it was always in the open. But my parents' friend has the weirdest double life situation I've ever seen. P was married to C for 12 years and they had a son together. However, P and C break up and P moves out. Shortly after, P starts dating J. Shortly after, J gets pregnant. P realizes he misses C and somehow talks J and C into sharing him. Then a few years later, P adds R to the mix. I should throw in these are decent looking women with jobs and P himself is not rich. So P has a wife and 2 girlfriends. They each have their own house on the same street and their own individual family lives. P spends the night with a different one each night. And they trade holidays. The women aren't romantically involved and they barely interact. So it's not like a poly relationship or even a sister-wife deal. How he pulled this off and how they make it work is beyond me. But it's been years now. Oh my gosh. This actually all worked out? It worked out for him? Whoa. That's kind of weird. He must be amazing at something. You know, like they all want to share him. Jeez. I mean, call me greedy, but if I had a man, I don't want to share my man. That's so weird. I'm just thinking about what they're all thinking about, you know? Like, why did they all agree? This person said they're all decent looking women with jobs, so it's not like they couldn't find anyone else kind of thing, right? That must be tough though. Like, he has to spend different nights with each woman. I'm just shocked that no one fought. Like, there was no cat fight, you know? Like, you took my man, bam, 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 bam. Nothing happened. Oh, interesting. I mean, at least it worked out, right? I mean, everyone agreed. It's not like he kept it a secret. Wait, they each have their own house on the same street? Do they all agree to live on the same street? This is weird. Guy comes up with some sexy lingerie and some nice flannel pajamas. Ask them to be bagged separately and for separate gift receipts in the bag. Easy enough for the new cashier I'm training, I think, so I leave to assign breaks. Few days later, he comes back raging, just screaming and cussing everyone out. Turns out the new cashier mixed the gift receipts up. Wife found out about the mistress. Good. There really was no fixing that situation considering the dude was just a prick in general and I had no desire to make the situation right, so I just called security and went about my day. Why was he angry that he got caught cheating? Like, what are you angry about? You're the one who's cheating. You made my wife find out about my mistress. How dare you? It was never my fault at all. It was never me. A guy I knew was a tattooist, so he worked late hours at night. He had a family with 4 kids in one neighborhood that was about an hour away from his shop. Then he had another girlfriend with a kid about 20 minutes away. The two didn't know about each other. He lived at both of his girlfriend's houses, and when he wasn't at one of the houses, the girlfriend would think he was at his parents' due to working late. Anyway, it all unfolded on him when he got arrested and ended up in prison, and both girlfriends, all the kids, and another side girlfriend that he was seeing all rocked up to visit him on the same day. Oh, the timing though. Jeez, how many people do this? How come there are so many stories about people just living this double life, you know? They're just living in each partner's house. How do they pull this off so flawlessly, you know? This makes me kind of scared. So glad I'm single. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!